I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Well, that's where I see things just a little differently. Contractor, no. I will not bow to any sponsor.
Sorry to feel that way, but basically it's the nature of the beast.
How many brands have you seen? 24. And which brand comes the most? Pepsi. Second, perhaps Coca-Cola, Nike, yeah, McDonald's, Burger King, right? So like America, United States, mostly the kind of like placement. So each Hollywood movie, like TV shows, they has this kind of placement, and you might have never realized they are selling you their product, but you have noticed Pepsi, right? Because back in that time, like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, they have like very severe marketing competitions. So they put a lot of money on marketing to win another, but they are not winning at all. So yeah, sometimes it's very useful of placement, sometimes it's not. But as you can see, this kind of marketing tools is still existing nowadays. First, when you see Korean drama, they're selling you like Maserati or something. You might never notice, but you can always feeling that the hearing or they always driving this fancy car. Even they are very poor, they still driving some kind of fancy car because they are sponsored by this kind of brand. Or even she should be very poor, she's still taking like Hermes. How? Because they want to sell you Hermes bag. So that's why you can see a lot of placement inside these kind of dramas, TV shows, movies. So if you become a marketing executive, you can choose if your brand is famous enough and has a lot of money, like one boy, I don't know, but if you have a lot of money, you can choose whoever you want to be your ambassador and like put your products in whatever movie you like. Okay, so get into a big company, but you can have a lot of fun. Okay, also sponsoring is kind of different with a placement. It's kind of you sponsor some particular events, for example, Super Bowls or like FIFA. They have a lot of viewers in this kind of event times, like millions of people. So this kind of sponsor needs to be very rich to get sponsored. Okay, this kind of events very difficult to sponsor with. You have to compete with many other companies to get sponsorship. Okay, so those are what we do as a marketing executive. But now I want to talk to you about essential skills for the job. Besides those creative things and those discussion we did, there are a few essential skills. I think it's not just for this job, but also many other jobs. For example, you have to learn how to do business analysis. So we kind of do a little bit by doing the positioning. So you have to figure out what kind of product what kind of position your product is, and how to segment your target, and how is the outside economic environment after all. For example, if you are selling some, like, for example, 肉干in, maybe Indonesia, is it okay? Because what if they don't eat like pork or something? You have to consider this kind of situation, because also, for example, if you are getting into Indian market, it's good if you think it's good to say that I'm made in China, or say it's made in Taiwan, which thing is better, because China and India has a bad relationship. So if I want to sell my product in India, I would choose a place that has better reputation in India to produce my product. So you have to consider all this kind of situation before you design a product, and then make the product, and then sell it. So it's kind of a whole package you have to think with if you are doing the marketing job. So if your boss telling you to sell the pork jerky into India, you should tell them no, it's not gonna happen, impossible. Find a new product, design something else. This is also the job as a marketing executive, okay? Also, you have to come up with marketing strategies, like segmentation, targeting, positioning, and then you have to be familiar with those kind of skills, for example, branding, social media skills, other things. You have to be aware of this kind of skill if you want to conduct the marketing strategies, okay? And if you want to learn this, but since they don't teach this in college, you want to learn this, I think there are a lot of YouTubers doing this kind of video on YouTube. They'll tell you how to use Google Ads advertising reward, and also Google has its own system, and they can give you some certification. And those certification is useful if you want to get into some web marketing companies, because those skills are what they really need. So if you really want to get into this kind of industry, you can self-learning in college. Also, I think project management skill is also very important, because as I mentioned, if you want to do marketing, there are a lot of team discussion you have to do, and you have to hear a lot of voice from other people, and also you have to do surveys to the public customers. Do you also really think that George Clooney best suits for Mercedes-Benz or something? You can do such kind of survey for your product. So there are a lot of different projects you might face. You have to do events, you have to do surveys, you have to do import something research. A lot of things you have to do at the same time to release or to market a specific product. To do so, you have to have the ability to manage each project to do it on time. Because if you're gonna sell it, launch it at the November, for example, you have to start planning it from the production, and then film a CV, commercial video, find an ambassador, and do a poster or something. There's a lot of things you have to prepare before the launching. So the project management skills is very important. Okay. And also partnership management is not only the outside partnership, but also inside. So as a marketing executive, you might, inside your company, you have to face R&Ds and also sales departments. Also, you have to convince your boss that your idea is good. So you have to deal with a lot of initial partnership. And after you did all these things, you have to outsourcing your things to other agencies to help you do the, for example, commercial video filming, to give you a nice idea to sell a product, what kind of media they use. So you are gonna face a lot of different people, different parties, different partners. And it's very important to have like good relationship with them, because as you know, if you are very good with someone, it's 比较好说话. It's more easier to get what you want, right? So you want to keep a good relationship with whoever you work with. So it's a very important skill to have people skill. If you are doing, I think any kind of job is very important to have like people skill. It will get you more easy to do whatever you want. Okay. Even you are introverts still try hard to connect with people, to be nice with people, and will never hurt. Okay, be nice to people will never hurt. Okay, and what kind of qualities besides skills? Qualities. We value freshmen when like companies hiring or finding an intern still. So I think is logical thinking is a very. I saw your drawing. Are you okay? Okay.
No. I'm paying attention.
Pay attention, okay. Okay. Sorry if I'm bored. So, logical thinking is very important. By logical thinking, it's not like good at math or good at science. It's not like kind of way like that. It's like you know what you're doing and what it will lead to, and you can like organize it very well, very clear, and find a solution with your logical thoughts. So it's very essential soft skills to have. But how do you train them? I think it takes some time to have logical skills. You have to start do everything you do by just think before you do. For example, you're gonna write a letter. You have to know what